Today is May 14th, 2025. Today I went around and I got my new social, so I got my new ID because I got married. I went into my husband's bank, and I was talking to one of the associates there. She said, well, it's better if you use your debit card because you got a PIN. She said, people that come in with IDs, we have so many procedures we have to go through just to verify it. The cartels are running scams on everyone. I said, I know they are. Okay? Okay. But she said they got all kinds of people's IDs. They don't know how they did it. And they have just put their photo on it and they're going in people's accounts and all kinds of stuff. So now we have to go through all these procedures to verify that person is actually that person because they have all kinds of thousands and thousands of IDs. Oh, I know how they did it. See, I warned you back in 21. I warned you. I warned you big time. I know exactly how they did it. What can you do if, see, that's where these people saying they have my medical records. Okay? What comes with a medical record? Your name, your birthday, your address, and your social. So if they stole my medical records, because you can't get a court order to get them, they're under the Act of Privacy. You go in to Altman Hospital, like where I had an ultrasound on my heart. I had to show ID. They had to scan it and take a copy of it and put it, and I had to sign a paper, and then they had to pull it, and then they gave it to me. Guy came down and said he wanted his wife's medical record. She said not without a medical power of attorney signed and notarized, that we can attach a copy of it. Okay? They're under the Act of Privacy. The word privacy. Okay? HIPAA violations. They couldn't get them. And so for that guy in my old apartment saying he has my medical records, that means someone illegally printed them off and someone stole them out of that hospital and they stole documents. That's a whole can of worms and hellfire. So who else did they steal? Okay. March 13th, 21. I went into Altman Hospital first. Okay? Having migraines because half my head feels like it's going to explode. Because I had been bashed in the head on 12/21/18. I suffered from migraines for years. Some lady said she was Michelle's mother, showed up, and they're pulling the scam of chipping me to cover up the attempted murder. Okay? People come in with fake FBI badges. Get in the back. Even lie to Dr. Alan Antinos about that scam. Okay? I go to use the bathroom. That weird Eric that was wanted for stalking me called the nurse there, and they were breaking HIPAA violations talking to him. We know, Eric, you said da 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 da. Well, then security starts calling me bad names, and I leave. I go over to Mercy Medical. A lady who shows up. No man was ever to touch her. Okay? Nurse comes in, the only thing they had you on was simply wiping off water with clothes on. The guy said that sick said, no, it's funny, she simply brushed it off. They didn't have anything else. It's actually funny. That's how far their tapes are altered. There's ones that have nothing, just simply brushing something off with clothes on. Okay? They got, and I had said back in 21, you better hope they didn't let him touch a computer. Do you realize they stole all kinds of people's personal information? They could make new IDs. Identity theft. That's why they want in a hospital thousands and thousands of becoming somebody else. Yep. Once you're back in 21 of that. Because with them saying they have my medical records, someone stole them for them. So what else do they steal? Because what do hospitals have? Your social, your name, your address, and your birthday. Instant identity theft. Fastest way to get thousands of IDs. Get it? Half my medical records I found out through the FBI was Dave's girlfriend. Born before me, and my whole marriage was a scam. This case has been not only heart-wrenching, devastating at times, and then traumatic from all the injuries. You know, where those lady agents showed up and April 19th, 25, Hartford Flea Market, that they had Michelle under police surveillance confessing to trying to have me killed when they bashed in my head. And she was part of it, and that doctor, they were claiming that was one of mine. They had actually lied. He works for them. It was never one of mine. Okay? They got her in Sheetz parking lot. Okay? And they're like, and trust me, nobody ever fell for this stunt of a dirty doctor taping you unaware, confessing your crime, sitting on it till Dave wanted a divorce. It sounded mechanical. We knew it was them and not you. When nobody ever fell for the weird with yourself, it was photoshopped or washing yourself in the shower. They photoshopped everything. But if they were going to be that dumb to come into an FBI office and confess, they were legally monitored, and they already knew. We told Agent John to go tell on her at that church, Apostolic Church of Barberton, before he talked to her, and act as dumb as these people, so we could find out who's all involved. Okay? It's supposed to be an act. That's why he went up there and told people he knew I was being drugged, beat, raped, didn't care. So we could find out who's involved. That's why on the recorded line, how he met with the family in his office, and all those church people knew they were trying to kill me because the strangers lie. and blame them for what they did. Act like a crazy occult person. Confessed he told on me. Act like he's going along with attempted murder. He didn't get arrested because it was an act to trick them. Bullying me after he admits he already talked to everyone. Made me beg for my life. List me informed. Then if you tell the FBI, I won't help you. And I'll tell people you're crazy. He can't do that. Can't even ask anybody to quit. He's only a police officer takes a charge due to the freedom of speech. He doesn't even have that kind of authority. He was bullshitting the then he's already told that he's bullshitting the bullshitters. He don't have that kind of authority. He's already told, he's already met with everybody. Everybody knows, but you can't say anything. Come on now. Who's playing their stupidity? You know, where people are saying, well, he said nobody could help her. No, he didn't. He said the FBI wouldn't help me. He didn't say nobody could help me. See, the cartel made that up. And people ran with it. And he can't even say the FBI can't help me. And I'll tell you what, the FBI has been around me the whole time. The whole time. And like they said, some of the investigators, for what they let her live through, feel horrible. So they could get these people. Others ones, you know, they all feel horrible. They even let them torture her. So they could get their trust to find out where the people they took so they could rescue them. Sacrificed me. Called me big time FBI. I go on butter spasm medicine for 2 years. It wasn't one of your agents, it was your little informant. Okay, we're going to put it this way. But people were laughing because today too, where I did that video, and I really insulted Bill from the Freemasons, and they thought it was hilarious. Well, you know, in 1819, they said some guy named Will, or Bill, was paying for everything, okay? One was being shot in the head, driving, I'm stabbed in the neck, bashed in the back of the head, facing stalkers, people are breaking in, drugging me up, can't even hardly keep saliva down. And he's paying for all this shit? Okay. January to April 19, I went to go to church with John and Minerva. It was early. Freemasons were following me down there. Okay. I went in to use the McDonald's bathroom. Okay. They pull in and I see them start to walk in. I go to look down because they've been following me, harassing me. I look down and this one guy went, Bill, you paid how many hundreds of thousands of dollars already to have people follow around? I glare over at him. And I look away. He said, you won't even look at you. No, I won't look at you. You tell people shoot you like her and have everybody follow around saying do stuff to her. You're paying for this shit? Ain't gonna look at you. They confront him. Okay? By May to June of 19, I'm in Perry Township doing my laundry. Okay? This older lady comes in. She sits beside me. She said, my son Will's getting married. I'm like, oh. She said he found a young blonde girl. I said, they all do. Okay? Shows me pictures of her wedding shower. It's a little weird, but okay. Well, a few weeks later, that girl shows up. Tells everybody she's Bill's wife. Her and her friends are harassing me. Okay? No, the guy that tortured me is a fake FBI agent. The young usher at Faith Family Church yelled at him in front of 1,000 people for raping me. They sold videos of it. Okay, but they tortured me. This Asian lady kept saying that her husband died and she had all these kids. She needed help. Already got tortured in 19 trying to get her help and warned to stay quiet. Took me a year to get enough courage to go up to the courthouse and report it, and that's when a representative for the FBI case showed up at Abigail Watkins, Portage County Prosecutor's Office while I was talking to Abigail. Talked to the lady officers. I'm here for Karen around the house. Okay? Well, in October, November 21, the Belden FBI office, I pull in and I got all my notes. I go in and I can't move. I can't move my legs. I can't move it. I keep looking at that building, thinking if that FBI agent that tortured me is in there, if he grabs me, I won't make it out alive. And I can't move. I literally can't move. I can see the vehicles driving by. I lay my head down on the steering wheel. And I do a statement of what happened. And I finally sit upright and I wipe my tears and I go to the post office. I thought I'd just mail it. I can't get out. I won't make it out of there alive if he's in there. So I go to mail it. I go to walk in. The lady looks over. We all know after what you lived through, you couldn't walk into that office. And then right in front of me is Bill's wife on the phone. Honey, these people need to go to jail for this. I thought, yes, you do. And I went out to my car. And I waited for them to leave to go mail it. Okay. In February or March of 22. Okay. That lady keeps showing up. I thought, I need help. I'm gonna go. I got myself psyched up. I'm going in. I go in, and when I go to in the office, two guys about my son Josh's age walk by. I thought they were cops that worked my case. They're FBI agents. Saying, no one will ever say a word to her after what those people did. I know. Come on. And they walked in the back. I thought, you're feds. Well, after I had a meeting with a lady and a guy, I go to work on Shepherd Church Road in Navarre. The next door neighbor where they said Pete had told her Pete ordered everything drugged, photoshopped, and made up on me. I go to take the trash out, and there's a lady talking to her. When she left the office, they told me to follow her. And she's talking to her about everything. Okay? The FBI's always been around me. They bullshitted the bullshitters so they could get the drug cartel. Like they said on April 19th, 25, we all realized how not funny it is when the other group showed up and said they worked for a drug lord, and Dave hired them. That was the group up in Summit Mall on April 24th, 25. Tell that guy Will up there for the scam he was supposed to pull to join us. It was ruined when Michelle told on him that that doctor wasn't one of hers, but works for them, and they had lied. You tell them we said to take care of her. And everybody's been talking about that other cartel threatening Michelle. Are they crazy? She's the head of a drug cartel. Don't be bringing me into your drama, Bill, from the Freemasons. See, that's where this thing with him, what I seen of him, he is not a handsome man. Not even a little bit. What a little glimpse I seen of him, he is where people were following me. They said it's a heavy-set white man with white hair. He's like middle chunky, 50, 60, white with what his hair was white and fluffy when I seen him that day on a Sunday morning. Not a handsome man. Before you took all your money to join the drug cartel, you could have used a plastic surgeon. And then maybe you wouldn't have all this hidden aggression against women and harming them and then trying to join a cartel to sell women and children. Don't take your issues out on me. I could have got you a good plastic surgeon. He is, where I said him, an ugly motherfucker. He's not a handsome man at all. He's the one having called me ugly. See, what they're thinking, it's a guy from Maslin. It's not. See, the guy from Maslin, he reminds you of Officer Mark. Okay? It looks like it. Heavy-set white guy with white hair. Okay? He's the one that showed up December 18th, 24, found out Michelle had lied to him that I had threatened her. And he felt bad about it, being Walmart 62. Okay? He was, and then he showed up several other times. He found out that it was a medication error that made me sick before. And that Terry Coverly had seen him almost kidnap me, and he feels bad about everything. It's not him. It's Bill from the Freemasons. It's his scam to get in the cartel. Officer Mark and John would have his license plate and exactly who he is. FBI informant. Agent John, I need my money. My grandson Daniel, remember when the case started, him and Tyler and all my grandkids were happy, normal, in-your-face 10-year-olds. Loud, happy, rowdy. Hey this, hey that. Well, with all this, where Dave and I were like the second parents, I wasn't around a lot. His grandma Nikki, Jen's mom, died, and her dad died of health issues. Dave fled the country. There's only me. Me and my new husband Carl's been trying to do a little intervention of taking him out. He's now 17. Him and Tyler, his twin, handle things by sitting in the rooms. Where I talked to Jen, they said they took him to a dentist like 2 years ago. He didn't have any cavities. He's got several really bad ones. And I mean a lot. Getting him to brush his teeth. Carl and I were taking him out a couple times a week. I haven't felt the best the last week or so, and then we've had so many appointments. But if I have to pay for an oral surgeon to knock him out, it's going to cost a lot of money. And he's scared of a lot of things. And being 17 and withdrawn is not good. And I want him to feel good about himself. When he smiles, he's got nice teeth. And it's going to cost more than my little dog bite settlement that I got. I need my money. And this thing with Bill from the Freemason saying he's gonna steal Carl's money and act like he's so rich. You know, when he first got his mental rights, his second late wife's stepchildren took over to 150,000 from him. He had to pay the taxes. He had to pay the taxes again this last year. Then his wife died. And the neighbor was getting ungodly amount of money out of him until I put a stop to it. He's only got like 30 grand. He's not, and he don't make that much a month off of it. Where people think he's mega rich, he's not. If he'd sell his father's farm, he would be. But he can't because that was his dad's. He emotionally couldn't do it. Okay? Until he dies, it's not going to get sold. And then saying they're going to steal from that old man. And he's a sweet man. If people would talk to him, he's like the biggest sweetheart. You know, I prayed for someone to love me. And he's the kindest, sweetest man most of the time. And he cares for me greatly. I mean, it's not like Dave where it was all passion. Ours is more of friendship that is more. And he's good to me. And he cares for me. It wasn't what I was looking for, but it was what I needed. There's a difference. I needed somebody just to be there and hold me. He's a good man. And a very, very sweet, kind man. And these people act like they're going to steal poor little money. It's got to be ashamed. And we all know they can't extort from that FBI. We all know they can't extort from me. And they can't extort from him. And they ought to be ashamed of themselves. I deserve that money. I earned it. And I got you that. Like they said, she was part of a really big bus. Marshall's, is my case, got 800. They showed up January 20th, 23 in Worcester, announced they were going to take care of them. 3 weeks later, they did 800 people less. FBI got Judge Peters out of Florida and 100 men. Between the FBI, sheriffs, and marshals, saved hundreds of people. And I was left in the cartel with a legally bugged phone, a legally bugged car, and a police officer documenting everything every day for an FBI case. Dear God, I even got you to Rakasami. Michael Peterson bragging he was smuggling oil in and sent me proof. And they called down there and they said it wasn't legit. They looked into it and he got caught stealing from his government. I got you a terrorist. I like my money. Please. I earned it. And we all know these idiots. They don't have anything legal, like they said, a legal leg to stand on. And why haven't you arrested the riffraff? What those lady agents said when they get ready to take care of it, they'll take care of it swiftly. I figured you would already done something by now. But that Bill from the Freemasons is the one doing this. And these people weren't around trying to say the Kingsmen are leaving threats so much out. Don't be trying to start a drug war here. Bill, they never bought your scam. Doctors can't tape you unaware. It's illegal. It's not admissible. HIPAA. They can't ask you dirty criminal questions. That's sexual harassment. They know someone's being hurt. They have to report a brief thing to the police. There may be a problem. You need to look into it. If they don't, they go to jail as an accessory. Like they said, these people didn't realize the word doctor on it made it not only not admissible, but it's so illegal the doctor goes to jail either way. And then it sounded mechanical. It's not my doctor. I don't even know who he is. Could you imagine me looking at that person? Who is that person? Thinking you can railroad somebody with their scam. And you're thinking the, Bill from the Freemasons, that means you're the one framing Judge Timothy Ludick and Judge Stephen and Portage County Chief of Police Bruce Lewinsky. You're the one that's framing them. Since this is your scam, you're paying for it. You're scamming those men. They've been looking for you. Like the FBI said, they never fell for it. And it sounded mechanical. They never fell for the weird with yourself. They knew it was Photoshop to washing yourself in the shower. Like girls said, why are people saying stuff to her? We all know they photoshopped everything when they said they didn't know about no shower scene in the other room and they didn't know about the tapes before. That was Christmas Eve of 22. We knew they photoshopped everything. Heard some idiot today in not hometown, but Golden Corral. They said that church is sending out emails that people harm her. Well, why would they harm her? She's fine. They said, they said she's weird with herself. It's Photoshop to washing herself in the shower. Take that email and take it to the police. It's a federal crime for them to be sending it out. Cyber stalking is a federal crime. It's what Andrew Derrick did up there, had 12 victims, trying to get naked pictures of people, try to extort money, try to get them in trouble, set off a hate crime through the internet. It's a federal crime. They can be bunkies with him for 12 to 15 years. These people actually drug, beat, and rape people in the home and human traffic them out of it. They never fell for your scam. They were scamming the scammers. Where you think the FBI is country bumpkins, you think the police are country bumpkins and Barney Geist, they're not. See, that's where, when any officer, where I got other police officers know the case, they work the case, they help watch me, and then any officer acts ignorant. It's like, are you paid off and dirty? Do you cartel pay you off? Because you acting ignorant makes you an accessory. Like the FBI said, the police better never be insulted for what's going on. It's a drug scam. They said it several places. When the agency first picked her up, the case was of the church people taking up money to hire men to kill her. And they were already having people drug, beat, and rape her. Police better not be insulting her. They're only supposed to keep an eye on her if they see her out. They better not be backing any of this. It's a drug scam. They're supposed to be getting the drug cartel scamming people. I still can't believe they thought they were such smart asses they could fool the FBI. And they publicly made fun of FBI agent John June 7th, how they fooled him with a stun at taser for See where that idiot my little department tells my neighbors, I have all her medical records. He couldn't have my medical records. He couldn't even know what doctors I seen. Because who got them for you? Because whoever got them for him talked to him. Not only lost their license forever, but their freedom for a long time. HIPAA and Privacy Acts. They cannot even divulge they ever seen you. What they seen you for, what you said to them, nothing. You can't get a quarter or get someone's medical records. They're under the Act of Privacy. It's illegal. And then the FBI already has found out that half my medical records was David's girlfriend from before me. him and her scammed me. He married me to get a job at my dad's factory so she could use my insurance. And he'd be able to give her money. He only made $80 a week working with John Calco. My dad's factory could make $1,000. Within the first few months of him working there, we hadn't been married a year. A heavy-set white lady was supposed to be showing up there, and I kept telling my brother, get me a proof. He just told me everybody was lying. Then I started getting all kinds of medical record bills that weren't mine, hospital stays, doctors I've never heard of. It is documented by the police and the FBI that they got it out of Dave. It was his girlfriend from Food before me, and they had scammed me. And married me for her to have insurance. You know, I talked to Carl's attorney yesterday, and she said, you know, where these people weren't online, oh, they paid off a doctor to list her insane. It takes a stay in a state hospital. Only. There's nothing else. They have to get a hold of the courts, and then the judge has to rule it. And then you get a guardian social worker and placed on disability. And it's not curable. She said she's been several people's guardians, and it takes a stay in a state hospital. There's nothing else. I said, well, I already knew that. I had a client come in from out of state, had an episode. They took him to the hospital just to watch him for a few days to make sure he didn't do a drug, bang his head. It's not sugar, it's not some other medical thing. No, it's full-blown, episode. They move him to a state hospital, and treat him for about a month. Then he has his competency hearing, and then everything else. And where these people, they're so nuts. They're going to get her listed insane and steal our money. People that are insane are protected by the state. Every dime, every asset has to stay theirs and used on only their care. You have to prove everything you spent on them with receipts and turn it into the county. And there's a circuit court judge that sits over them and people in the courts to make sure that shysters don't steal from the handicapped. That is a big crime. I take care of people like this. There can't be a penny missing. See, these people don't know the law. They don't know any laws. But if they actually stole my medical records, who else's did they steal? And did they get a list of people, name, addresses, social, so they could start printing off IDs? I warned you that in 21. And who is selling documents out of a hospital to the cartel? Because like Officer Mark said, it's documented verified she was framed before. And it was a drug cartel in her home before we seen them. Drug cartel. It's also documented verified another woman was using her insurance. They already know it was Dave's girlfriend from before me, and half my medical records are hers. Okay? And that where I was really sick a long time ago, it was medication errors. It's also documented fraud, medical malpractice, and medication errors. Almost killed me. Some guy showed up at Walmart, we pulled the case. It is actually documented fraud, medical malpractice, and medication errors. That made you sick before. I know it is. That's why Altman Family Physicians wrote it up. They told me several times. Alright. Now, Agent John, are you done playing with the dumb people? I'm an FBI informant. You set it up that no one had touched me in my whole life. They can't process me. I can't be convicted. I can't be processed. You know, these idiots run around and act like they're FBI agents, telling people the FBI don't care what happened to her. Go ahead and do whatever you want to her. They're not agents. Because they were making up a lie. No one's to believe her, no one's to help her. Oh, some of the guys that were the case shut up. We never said that. Where'd they get that? The cartel. We just told them if they don't feel comfortable saying something, just tell them we don't talk about an ongoing case. And then let us know and we'll take care of them. We're trying to get all these people that are doing this to her. It's a big extortion ring. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and upload this. But yeah, if they are stealing documents out of a hospital, you need to find out who actually did it. It may be the fake paperwork to make it look official. The guy wrote it up, didn't like her. It's not true about her. Tell him to get rid of it. But the fake FBI did get in the back of Altman on March 13th, 21. The fake badges. But these people, if they do have somebody stealing documents from the hospital, because you got to think, when you start a doctor's office, you have to sign for consent for them to treat you. If you go to move for a specialist to look at you, you have to sign consent for your doctor's office to release it to them, and then a signed consent for that specialist to pull it from the other doctor's office. If they don't have all three consents, it's not a technicality, it's a federal crime. It's HIPAA. They don't even have a right to look you up. You can't go to the hospital, you can't pull somebody's medical records, they're under the Act of Privacy. Only the person can pull their own with ID or a medical power of attorney signed that they can pull, signed and notarized. And they have to scan it in. So if somebody's putting off medical records illegally and handing them to the cartel, you need to get them. These people are paying, and do you realize the state will go Nazi on them and the organization they work for. And I'm telling you, that's why they want it in the back of that hospital. It's a perfect way to make IDs. Where that lady at Carl's Bank today said the cartel's got thousands and thousands and thousands of people's ID. And they're doing all kinds of stuff with them. Da 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 da. And you come into a bank, if you just have your ID, we have to go through several different things to verify you. Because they stole ID, they don't know how they did it. Well, if they're stealing hospital information, that's how. Thousands of people's personal information. Yeah. I'm gonna upload this, but I need my money. Okay? Because I do need to fix Daniel's teeth. And it's probably gonna take an oral surgeon because he's scared of everything. Trying to find the right dentist because he's scared of everything. May try this pediatrician dentist that may sedate him some. I may have to pay for an oral surgeon to knock him out and fix everything. That's more money than my dog bite money. I want to do my best. I want him to feel good about himself. Carl's going to have him go down and help him rake hay and make some money. Helping him out on his farm. Get him out. Take him shopping like me and Dave used to. They used to be so happy about life. It breaks my heart that cartel running that scam on my family, ripping everybody apart when we were such a close-knit family. Dave just wanted part of the cartel. I should have just left. But the abusive men in a cult would rather kill you and destroy you before they let you go. They can't let you be happy and live. I'm going to upload this.